Hello everybody, and welcome to Chasing My Pride. If it's your first time here, I'm Chase, and this is a channel all about LGBTQ plus topics and my journey and thoughts so far as a gay man who only just came out publicly in December 2024. Today I wanted to talk about all of the new bills that have been introduced since the start of 2025 across the United States that are threatening LGBTQ plus individuals, bills that are an attack on the community. So originally for this video, I wanted to break down every bill individually, and I started doing the research for it. There's this automated Blue Sky account that posts every change to a bill or bill introduced or new laws, and I was using that as a starting point to then read the actual text of all of these bills and see what the status was. And I started working on it, and it just became too much. It started to feel like my actual job when I look at IRS stuff. So it was just becoming a lot, and I was like, is there an easier way to talk about this without going through every single bill? And thankfully, there is. I found a resource that's a lot easier to use and something that you can look at on your own time that isn't overwhelming. The ACLU has a map and a table that shows all of the new bills that have been introduced by state, and you can filter it by different categories, what the bills do, the states, and it's just a lot easier to use. So I'm going to use that as the basis for this video rather than the research that I was doing on my own. So rather than just sit here and talk about it all, I'm going to jump onto my computer over here and just screen record and show you what it looks like, because I think it's an awesome tool to help you stay informed about bills that may affect your livelihood. So I've pulled up the ACLU website, and this is their webpage, Mapping Attacks on LGBTQ Rights in U.S. State Legislatures in 2025. So far, and this was updated January 31st, so it's just 2 days old as I'm filming this, there are 290 anti-LGBTQ plus bills introduced in the United States. So you can see the map here that shows which states have introduced more bills. Some states have not introduced any anti-LGBTQ plus bills so far this year. I'm not going to anticipate that they don't. I think they will also join in, since that just seems to be the rhetoric right now. But you can see that some states that are really pushing these bills right now, there's at least a lot have been introduced. Places like Virginia, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Mississippi. There's just a ton there. So what you can do with this web page, which is why I wanted to show it off, and it has made this so much easier than the research I was doing, is you can filter these bills by state, you can filter them by issue, and by status, and it gives a summary here of all of the bills. So you can see the state, which bill it is, what the issue is, and what status it's at. So it's just a nice little summary. You can even download a CSV of all the data. So there's various different types of these bills right now. So we'll just take this first one here as an example. So Alabama, House Bill 67. It's other school restrictions, so that's the issue. And this one is pre-filed, first reading and committee referral scheduled for February 4th, 2025. So other school restrictions. I believe we can click on this and you can actually read it. So prohibits public K-12 schools and public libraries from presenting or sponsoring drag performances in certain circumstances, and state entities from allowing minors to share facilities with members of the opposite sex in certain circumstances during overnight programs. So that's what that bill is proposing to do. And we can look at Arizona here, so Senate Bill 1002. Go ahead and take a look at that. It says an employee or independent contractor of a school district or charter school may not knowingly address, identify, or refer to a student who is under 18 years of age by either of the following unless the school district or charter school receives written permission from the student's parent: a pronoun that differs from the pronoun that aligns with the student's biological sex, a name other than the first or middle name that is listed on the student's official school records, except that an employee or independent contractor may address, identify, or refer to a student by a nickname that is commonly associated with the student's name of record. A school district or charter school may not require an employee or independent contractor to address, identify, or refer to a person by a pronoun that differs from the pronoun that aligns with the person's biological sex, if doing so is contrary to the employee's or independent contractor's religious or moral convictions. Each school district governing board and charter school governing body shall adopt policies to implement this section. This section does not prohibit any person described in subsection A of this section from discussing matters of public concern outside the context of the person's official duties. So that's what that proposed bill would do. And you'll see a lot of them are very similar. A lot of them are attacks on transgender students, transgender healthcare rights. You'll see a lot of that. A lot of different school restrictions, forced outing in schools, so basically needing the parents' permission to use different pronouns. Curriculum censorship is a big one that appears quite a few times. So a lot of states are trying to prohibit basically LGBTQ plus curriculum, so teaching the history of the LGBTQ plus community, or even talking about that basically other sexualities exist, is really what a lot of these states are trying to do, is just erase huge parts of the population. But I just wanted to make a quick video highlighting this tool, and that there are 290 different bills that are being introduced across the United States at the state level. We know that there's been quite a few executive orders that President Trump has issued that are very harmful to the community, including erasing essential healthcare pages from the CDC around things like HIV and PrEP. So there's already a ton of damage at the federal level, and this is just state stuff that will kind of pile on top of that. So just something to keep in mind. I would bookmark this and refer back to it and just stay updated on what's going on. It's been a few days since I filmed my video showing the ACLU website and all of the anti-LGBTQ plus bills. I filmed an outro for this video and I didn't like it, so I'm recording again a few days later now that I've looked through the footage and started editing the video. But I wanted to bring something up here again. I've got the website pulled up on my phone here. So I believe it was 290 bills just a few days ago when I started making this video. We're now up to 339 anti-LGBTQ plus bills in the United States. Yeah, so it is increasing pretty rapidly. Last year there were only 500 something reported by the ACLU, so we're already almost to the total that were introduced in 2024. So it really does show that there's this huge movement against the LGBTQ plus community, all emboldened by President Trump's coming into office and his rhetoric against human rights and common decency toward other human beings. So just wanted to highlight that that number is higher. Please take a look at this website, look at the laws in your state, see what might be affecting you if these bills do pass, and reach out to your legislature, whoever represents you, and let them know how you feel about this. Get all of your friends, your family to also let your legislatures know to not vote in favor of these bills. That's the only way that you'll be able to make change. Protest these bills, reach out. Make sure that these do not become law. So once again, most of these are targeted toward transgender people and not necessarily people who are gay or lesbian or bisexual. But people have to remember that the transgender community played such a big role in gay rights. And without them, we wouldn't have gotten to, marriage equality and all that. And it isn't like an us versus them. I've had to deal with so many people this week who claim to be part of the LGBTQ plus community, who are gay, who are saying this is a good thing, that people are going after transgender people. It's just wrong. We need to be united. We can't let people divide the community like this. So please, just be aware of what's going on. Support your queer friends. Support your transgender friends. I'm going to try to do what I can to support those who need to be supported right now. And if you think it's going to stop at transgender rights, you're wrong. It won't be very long before they come after your rights too. That's what I want to leave you with, is just please look out for your friends, look out for your neighbors, and come together, try to stop these bills from becoming law. And just, show respect and decency to other people. It's like we've forgotten that. And, it really does go a long way. And if you just approach life from that perspective of, just how do I show respect to other people? And put myself into their shoes, and you'll see that a lot of what's going on right now are trying to take rights away from people. So just keep that in mind. Thanks for watching today's video. I'm Chase, and this is Chasing My Pride. I'll be back soon with some more personal experiences and some fun topics. I just really wanted to make sure that I made this video and got it out there. So expect quite a bit of content coming out throughout the year. I've got a whole list of video ideas, so when I am feeling like recording one, I'll go ahead and jump on the camera and talk about what I want to talk about. But I've got tons of ideas this year, so stay tuned.